Hello YouTube, and I thought I'd take some time to kind of shill one of my other channels, my gaming channel. We're gonna play a strategy, a strategy-based ahistorical RPG called Crisis in the Kremlin. Now, this isn't the 1991 DOS-based game. This is a remake that has very recently been published on Steam. I think it's only been out for about 3 weeks. You had the Constantine demo, then you had the beta, I believe, was Mikhail. Then they did a G1 patch, and now we're working on the G2 patch. It's $4.99 last time I checked on Steam. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play. See how far we go. We're gonna play as Leon Trotsky. Now, you got your basic settings here. I've set volume to 0. For some reason, I can't get the music volume to work really well. So, if I have the volume at like 4%, it will still drown out my voice, so you can't hear it. Now, this game is in Russian or English, so there's going to be some translating errors in the game. It's made by a bunch of devs in Russia. Okay, that's just how it is. Difficulties 19Q4. I believe they meant to be 1984. That is the easiest setting in the game. You then move on to Utopia, normal, hard, and this is a Russian author's name. I have no clue how to pronounce it. I'm not even going to try to butcher the name, although I think that name shows up in-game. Now, this is default, okay? Like, Utopia setting is default. You think it's going to be easy? No, that shit's hard too. Remember, this is a beta. One of two things happen in beta games. They're either really easy and shit gets nerfed later on, or they're really hard and the mechanics have to be really worked through. This game is still relatively hard. Even on the easiest mode, like, I'm getting wrecked by capitalism for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to go ahead. You got your basic, choose the year, you know, after certain individuals come to power, you know, certain individuals, obviously, there you go. We're going to go to the beginning. Your general secretary, head of your nation. You can choose any of these. They have basic features: conservative, neo-Stalin, opposite of reformers, supports democracy, reformer, moderate, you know, conservative. And you can create your own. Now, creating your own, you can go Trotsky, you can go Khrushchev, Brezhnev, Bukharin, or Malenkov. That's who you can go as. Now, there are political parties in the Soviet Union, if you will. You know, you got reformers, liberals. We'll go a little bit further when I show you that. We'll stay with Trotsky. This is how you move around to your various regions. You got your council, your interior ministry, foreign ministry, your basic ministers, your academy of science, your finance ministry, and your basic statistics. You know, how much trade, price of oil, how much percentage you're extracting from the previous year, gold reserve, how much debt, how much you're paying every turn, basically, you know, various taxes, exports, trade, all that stuff there. Important political figures. These you have to watch out for as well, because these individuals, when they get too powerful, they could basically form, I would say, an opposition to you. So you want to curb their power. And doing that is sometimes insanely difficult, depending on who they are. Here is where you basically do some research, you know, KGB stuff. We can go Soviet PCs, go internet route, or we can go computerized for industry. In terms of space, we can go moon station, Mars landing, or we could just put nukes in space. Going Trotsky, we're going to go nukes in space. Agriculture, we can go more into the genetically modified, or we can go just, you know, opening up new new areas of the Soviet Union to grow crops in, as well as new methods. Military tech, we can go mass assault and just life militarization, meaning everybody gets an AK-47, you know. It's like the Soviet dream, you know, a chicken in every pot and a cap in every ass. Or we could go more Western, where it's technology-driven, fifth-gen weapons, elite volunteer-style armies. And then your atomic research, you know, proton colliders, neutron warheads, hypersonic warheads, you know, almost invincible for a missile defense. Okay, and that's how it is. Again, this is a Russian game. The translation is decent. They are not first language or possibly even second language English speakers, but you could relatively figure out what they're trying to say. That being said, when you go into things like the finance ministry, which we open up gaining political points, same with our, no, not that one, same with your foreign ministry and your interior ministry, it is a rather Byzantine interface to be polite. And I'm trying to be very polite for this game because I love the game. I think the game is awesome, and I love to play it. When you open one of the ministries, you select something like elections or conscription policy, and it's going to give you this horrifically designed org chart for many of these issues. It's basically going to give you the requirements of what you need. It'll say like the Soviet Council makes the laws. Maybe you need to research leaderism or party elitism or this or that and various things. Loyalty of the Soviet republics need to be at a certain level. This needs to be, and it's very, very hard to navigate. Okay. This is your basic globe. Now, you can see the globe like this with all the funny little country map, you know, little flags. Or we go influence, where you see where Soviet influence and American influence are. I prefer this one because I see exactly where my reach is. Here is where you adjust the volume, and you can choose Soviet music. You can choose, I believe these are independent artists. Now, Soviet music, even though the country has collapsed, because I have my other gaming channel, I'm uploading these, I'm getting copyright strikes from a country that doesn't fucking exist anymore. Apparently, they still copyright Soviet music. Who knew? Who knew the Soviets actually obeyed laws? Also, right here, you see your basic things here. There are certain little, certain things, you know, there are kind of achievements or just things that are automatically set up, like the Cold War, the embargo, the Afghan War. Right now, we're an infallible leader. Without left wing is when you get rid of all left wing political parties. We are the left wing. We're Trotskyist. We have the hegemony of the dollar. Without reformists, get rid of all the reformists. We can do cult of Trotsky. If you lose the Baltics, if you lose the Stan SSR republics, build the Mir space station. You lose the Ukraine, no Black Sea. If you get Finland to join the Comecon, I believe it's either the Comecon or the USSR. I think Comecon, you get that. If the people are pissed, you get this. Obviously, cult of Trotsky. Of course, here are various other leaders you can choose. Easiest mode, there's normal, hard, and it's just, yeah. Then you have other leaders here. Subsidies to Chechnya. I believe, I don't know how you get that one. That's basically, I believe, installing Soviet or Comecon control or Warsaw Pact control over most of Europe. Other individuals here, U.S. spy that you could possibly get, and if you make the cult of Stalin. But we're trying to do cult of Trotsky instead. Now here is your council. This is what it's made up of. Right now we have moderate and conservative controlling 89%, and my personal party, the Trotskyists, with 11%. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. If you get pressured by like a technocrat or Maoist or militarist, they end up showing up on this council. you can only really support moderates. As far as I know, we've only been able to support moderates and Trotskyists. Maybe if we elect a Stalinist, we can do that. Okay. And here's your calculator. Here's where you're going to be spending a lot of time on here. You're going to be going over the budget repeatedly. Now, you think this 10-minute explanation is hard. If you think the 10-minute explanation is drawn out, if I were to take you on just the tutorial, it's going to take about 45 minutes. I know, because I recorded it and I was like, I'm not putting a 45-minute tutorial on a channel. Sorry. Here's where you advance the game. You got your date. Here's basic stuff here. How much population, science points, loyalty of your generals, loyalty to the KGB, your budget, how many power points you have politically, your army power, relations with China, relations with the US, DEFCON, how much profit you're making. Normally, you're not going to see a positive number up here, by the way. Just letting you know. Here. This is where we see how far everything is going. The further right it is, the higher it is. Okay? So, level of education, you want that high. Ecology, medicine, loyalty, obviously. Loyalty of your left and right political wing. Soldiers as well. Here we got essential commodities, houses, employment, law and order, all these things, okay? Freedom, we don't want freedom. We're Soviets. We don't care. Liberalization of minds, we don't want that either. Availability of education, we want that as high as possible. Now, here is your industry, okay? Military-industrial complex, your heavy industry, your light industry, your services, your agriculture, total industrial power, loyalty of your intellectuals, self-fulfillment, all this hunky-dory stuff here, okay? Corruption. This obviously, because we're playing as the Soviet Union, it was notoriously corrupt. The more money you throw into a certain sector, like army or industry or research, anything like that, is going to potentially cause corruption, because you're just throwing money, just throwing large sums of money at it, and the machine is a very inefficient machine. So you got to watch out for corruption. And then you got army power of the USA, their economy's power, the contentment of their citizens, how much power your army has, number of ICBMs, total military, yeah, we get it, okay. Now, in the early portions of the game, first couple of turns through this little book, you end up going through the history, the prehistory of before you came to power, because you come to power in 85. So all of this is setting things up. So the history for the GDR, German Democratic Republic. Mass uprisings in the GDR because of food crisis, industrialization, and a wish of Soviet administration to unite Germany. Now, here we get 4 choices. Now, once the game progresses past the historical part, where you can kind of change history a little bit, you're not going to have all those choices. There's going to be certain political affiliations that you have aligned yourself with, like Trotskyist or conservative or moderates, and they'll say, we can't be conservative, we can't be too moderate, we can't do what Stalin did, and you're kind of locking yourself down a certain path. So that also you need to take into account. You can use an army, run the rebels over with tanks, support transfer to the moderates, or we can skip pregame events. I don't like to skip pregame events. Transferring power to moderates is, in my opinion, the best way to truly start the game out a little easier. So that's what I normally go with. Government retired, new administration declared decentralization of the economy, workers taking part in making production plans, and the end of the industrialization. Now you're thinking, well, that's not bad English. Just wait, it gets worse. Hungarian Revolution, mass riots against socialistic administration after part of the government sided with rebels. Now, transfer power to moderates, run them over with tanks, or use the army to control the protests. Again, 3 options, there you go. You're not always going to get these options. Okay, like with the Czech Republic, you don't have all three of these. You have you have different options basically. So we'll transfer power to the moderates. Okay, new administration declared decentralization of economy, workers taking part in creating product plans, and liberalization of censorship. Okay, now if you've noticed, the DEFCON has changed a little bit, not much, and I've lost some political PowerPoints. But that's fine because we can't do anything yet. Prague Spring. Blind eye, limit reforms, use the army. Limit reforms using threats. Under pressure, Dubček corrected some reforms in order not to see Soviet tanks anytime soon. And, well, we're low on PowerPoints, okay. Lieberman's reform. If you know a lot about Soviet history, this game will help. It will help this game when you play it if you know anything about Soviet history. Lieberman reform. Reform planned expanding independence of businesses, unions, and organizations. Use of material stimulation. Lieberman evaluated the cost of reform as a cost of a paper, which will be used to publish orders, while OGAS project was forgotten. Now, remember the science thing. If you pass Lieberman's reforms, we're going more down the Soviet PC route, Soviet internet, you could say. Automation brings us down more of the industrialized computer route. Think more like, I'm trying to remember the name of the books. It was The Domination of the Draka series, I believe, by S.M. Sterling, maybe? Where this is like the route that you're going to go down, where like people don't have computers, but they're more just designed for industrial use. Well, no, people had computers in that series. They just were really prefab, computer systems, and open source hardware was, never even thought of. So I don't know why I made that comment. We declined it. We decided to develop automation, but won't get the results soon. Okay, again, a little bit of a profit, yada, yada, yada. Space race. Okay, so, the Americans landed on the moon. What should we do? We don't see the point of it. Should we stop the space race? No, we're going to go nukes in space. The race will grow into an armed conflict. Remember, we're Trotsky. Trotsky's historical view was socialism in the Soviet Union would only survive if a world revolution continued. That's why he wanted to push into Europe more. Obvious continuation of a big Americano Soviet space race was expressed in creation of manned reusable transport spaceships, space shuttle in the USA, and creation of battle satellites and space rocket defense system in the USSR, which outraged the West. Like, yes, fear me. Now, you see we got 450 science points. We're still not done with the pre-game yet. Now, here's the Islamic Revolution in 1979, when the Islamic, you could say the basic Islamist radicals overthrew the Shah. Basically, I would look at any African civil war where a really, really repressive dictator was overthrown by a more equally repressive dictator, which is what happened in Iran. So, we can sever relations, support the rebels, negotiate with them and recognize the government, or support Islamic socialism, which is basically we're supporting Islamic communism, and create a left opposition. So we go that route. Socialists and the Islamist left was created. They couldn't be banned from entering the parliament because they didn't want to protest. They didn't protest against the religion. Dual power was established as a result. So they're basically, it's basically socialism based off of Islam at this point, I believe, in Iran. And Polish crisis, 1980. Again, history. Massive debt, yada, 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 yada. Okay, army, tanks, moderates. If you do tanks, if you go with tanks for everything, you piss the West off to no end, and DEFCON is, really fucking low, and you gotta go to war quick. So we'll just, do that, make it moderate, keep DEF CON relatively good. Now we get to the actual game. We have actually come to power. Now we understand that there are only few people with certain reformist views. We must change it. The crucial step is coming. Your step. You can maintain a young and possibly progressive neo-communist party of the Soviet Union. Maybe. You can secretly release Tarasov from psychiatric hospital. You can also return Yakovlev or Kozapolov. Yakovlev opposed the invasion of Czechoslovakia and has close friendly ties with the British monarchy. Maybe. Kozapolov contributed to the reinstatement of Molotov in the party. He was condemned for his Stalinism. I'm thinking maybe he's our dude. He also told about possible future counter-revolution in the party. He can also continue the work of Andropov and form a special economic commission of a Balkan that will prepare the foundation for economic reforms. Now, we actually have the ability to choose anybody we want. We can let members join the party as Trotskyist. We can be liberal, Stalinist, reformist, or conservative. Now, truth be told, Stalin and Trotsky were friends. Well, I wouldn't say friends. They were allies in the revolution and the Civil War. But once Lenin's health deteriorated, Stalin basically was trying to cut Lenin out, or Stalin was trying to cut Trotsky out all the time. Which is why Stalin ended up taking over, Trotsky didn't, and eventually Trotsky lost an epic battle with an ice pick later on. But we're going to go Trotsky Stalinist in our way. Main editor of the Communist magazine was included in the new Politburo staff, and along with it, under his protection, Malenkov and Kaganovich were rehabilitated with giving their party cards back. He's already sent you a letter and suggests to rehabilitate the anti-party group as a thing, to use Stalinism against growing reformism in the party, and to cancel envelopes for party officials. Basically, it's going to be a reign of terror, and we are going to be the Purge 2.0, boys and girls. Welcome. Alright, so let's go to the science thing. So we already got that. Again, we went for the automation. So certain things you will automatically get. Like, you'll automatically get these laser-based satellites, spy satellite. You get spy satellites, communication systems. You got that already. Okay, so we're getting all of these already, and we can go with one of these two. We can go with that. Me, I prefer to get some CCTV cameras. We're going to go with that, and I'm going to go with precision weapons on that one, and the proton collider. And I'm going to get 5th gen weapons as well. Now, this is where the game is actually going to start. It's been 23 minutes. And this was literally trying to explain it in the most simplistic terms as possible. And it still is a hard game to play. Check out the council. We have Trotskyists. We can ban our own party, which I find to be stupid. Conservatives and moderates. We've gone up a little bit. I want to ban the moderates. And I want to unleash the Stalinists. 466 political PowerPoints. We're going to open our ministries real quick. And boom. So we can do, here we go, type of economy. And again, here it is, right there. On the left, requires head of state rights laws. Trotskyists are the majority and Trotskyists are the majority, which we're not. We can't do it. So right now we have a state-planned economy. Go 5-year plan. Okay, got to, 5 years have to pass. Price policy. Okay, total control. Labor policy. Attachment. Work time 24/7. Love that. Trade policy. Import substitution. We got our basic council of ministers, which we can change. That's going to be somewhat of an issue depending on what you want to do. You want to make more relations with China, the U.S., coexist, restraint, new thinking. That's your foreign affairs ministry, internal affairs. Got some basic stuff here. Defense, militarization. State plan economy. Weapons race focus. And, well, obviously, there we go. Yeah, we're going to keep that. Industry, chemical, or light. I don't know. Let's see how the budget is. Soviet-style education. State security, direct interference. Intelligence, army strengthening. Commissal, Stalinism, of course. Heavy industry focus, or additional supply for agriculture. Independence of small farms, no, the kulaks deserved their fate. Stalin didn't do nothing. Additional agricultural supply, 65 more points. Cult of personality. Leaderism or party elitism. So we have party elitism. Deification, leaderism, or head of state rights laws. So, law enforcement, unlimited powers. Ooh, that's not bad. Generalissimo, state structure. Okay, we're at autonomies, which is good. Army policy, army strengthening, good. Conscription, nationwide. Type of government, fine. I'm good. Where? Head of state makes law. Head of state makes laws. So, yeah, we're gonna state and leader identification, scientific atheism. We're gonna keep that the way it is. Okay, United State Union. Yeah, that's we control the union. Uncontested. Fine. Pursue any dissident. Oh no, I don't have the power. I don't have the power points for that. Okay. And, okay, we have money we can give to the reserve. Gotta watch out for Gromyko. And we have that much to throw into our budget. Now, the budget, there's your budget. All that. Only in multiples of 10. Multiples of 10. That's all we can do. Let me light a smoke real quick. Where are we? No. There we go. State mechanism. 250 right off the bat. I want my KGB happy. I want them happy. Cultural enlightenment. I'll keep it. There it is. For you, we're going to boost our science a lot. We have envelopes. We're going to give envelopes out, but we're going to drop the intellectual envelopes. We are. 150 for ecology seems pretty decent. Diplomatic missions, fine. Human rights. The fuck you talking about, man? Human rights? We don't have. You don't have rights. Fuck, man. We own your ass. Gonna want that. Gonna want 140, 140. 160, 120 for you, 100, and all of you for what we import. We're gonna do that. Salaries of state officials. We're gonna up your salary, up that. Make that 160. Yeah, we're spending a lot of money on equipment for you guys, and we're gonna give you a lot of money. Now we still have all this left over, so what do? We pay the whole loan. That's what we do. We just pay the whole damn loan, so we don't have to do that. How much do we have left? 885. Oh my god, man. Okay. No. We're just gonna. We're going to do that, and then we're going to drop a shit ton into the reserves. Boom, there we go. Okay. $500 million. Now, here's the map. Okay, we have our war going on in Afghanistan. We can try to pacify. Now, invite to the Comic-Con. We can invite Afghanistan into the Comic-Con. That's a trading block, basically. Now, what we have to do is they have to be pro-Soviet. They already are. They're red. No civil war. And we did not try to pacify them. Or we pacified them and the USA fell. So we're going to send them weapons. Can be sent once per year. Now you see where it says quantity and combat value of USSR Army greater than 40. You're going to see that a lot. Where do we find that? We find it right here. Number in Army, 10. Military power, 9. So that would be basically 90 and 100. Each one of these is 10. Actually, where is my industry? Industry power is 9. So my industry power is not actually... Yeah. Industry power greater than 8. Yeah. Aid. Something went wrong. Do I have the PowerPoints? I don't have the political PowerPoint? What do you mean? Aid provided. Industry power greater than 8 or USA has fallen. Oh, equal status military organizations and the dissolution of the European system. Yeah, well, fuck you. Fuck you too. Where's Africa? I can definitely grab Libya. Now, this basically just expands, and again, you can support a revolution, you can subsidize, give military civil aid. Resource extraction is if you get like neo-colonialism. It's really good to line your coffers with it, but nations will flip back to pro-American stance if you do that quickly, if you just drain them of resources. Support left-wing terrorism. Antifa-Sim 2017, boys and girls. Stalinists and Trotskyists, or liberals. I don't know why liberals would need to be in the majority, but apparently they like left-wing terror too. We can sell their tech, give access to our market, but, you know, fuck that shit. And we're going to grab Cambodia, invite to the Comic-Con. Vietnam starts out as pro-Soviet all the time. So, requires one or more political... Oh, I don't have any more political... Ah, fuck it. We're down 125 mil. Fuck it, who cares? Let's do it. Oh, yeah, I get to take the second face of the country. That's right. I get to take my second in command. So, like, my VP, basically. Yeah. Romanov. See, there it says there is no alternative. Normally, you'll have a choice. In some scenarios, this one you won't. So we'll go Romanov as a moderate Stalinist. Romanov, who has been put forward by Andropov, like Ligachev, Gorbachev, Balkan, and others, was administrating Leningrad with a firm hand and greatly raised the city economy and development. Yes, with a firm hand. Provided the growth of welfare. Now, when he has become the undersecretary, he is realizing his stringent, pragmatic policy. So we have a profit of -1. Okay, we have our 15 political PowerPoints. Give them some civil aid. Give them some civil aid, and we're just getting. We're gonna go Laos as well. We're gonna invite as many as we can into the Comic-Con. Now, Yemen, as of now in the game, is in the middle of a civil war, so we can't invite them. They have to win their civil war. Now, we can bring Syria into it. Now, we can't do anything with Iran, can't do anything with Afghanistan, but we can send them some weapons. We can give that... Oh, no, we can't give them weapons. We ran out of PowerPoints. So, our industry power is still pretty good. Corruption, okay, not bad. See, now it's gotten to the real part of the game. Army, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Total military power is only 6. We're still minus 151 mil. Now, the reason why I'm not worried about that is it just pulls all of it from the reserve, which is why I dumped it into the reserve. SDI. Enlarge our nukes. Let's enlarge the nukes. The nuclear potential was increased in big size. It affected badly on our economics. Notice again, it's the Russian to English translation. Now we're dropping the profit. Okay, now we get to go in and say, okay, we're going to drop a little bit here. And power of the KGB, the opposition is weak. Good. Okay, law and order, luxury. I could do a bit more with luxury. Industry power is still at 9. So now, wait. Okay, we do have the PowerPoints. So what we're going to do is we're going to give weapons to India, and we're going to give them a war in Kashmir. Now, when they win the war in Kashmir, if they win the war in Kashmir, hopefully they do, what will end up happening is we will be able to bring India into the Comic-Con. Again, this is another trading partner. It'll give us more in our export market. So you have to worry about that as well. Then again, you click on the individual republics, you see their loyalty, yada, yada, yada. You can set finance, send finance, subsidize, all that hunky-dory jazz. We can do this here. We can set Leninism. Ultra-lefts are majority. We are ultra-left. They have a USSR base. Give them a base. Give them some civil aid. And we want to keep the Warsaw Pact, kind of, pretty decent. Now, we can't invite them into the Comic-Con, but we're gonna do some stuff. There's Ethiopia, our military base. Now, we can flip a lot of these countries if we wanted to spend a lot on supporting revolutions, but right now, I'm not really big on doing that. I can drop enlightenment. Again, this is gonna happen. You're gonna have to start dropping some stuff, because you're gonna spend on this, you're gonna spend on that, and there you go. Now, this was something the Soviets were very, very big on around the 80s, because so many people were raging fucking Elkies. We can not pass a prohibition campaign. We could refuse an anti-alcohol campaign altogether. We could launch it. We could enact prohibition, or we could increase the price. It all depends on what you want. Prohibition is going to raise corruption heavily. An anti-alcohol campaign is going to cost you money, but it's going to reduce the drinking rates, increasing prices. Basically, it's just going to give you more money. So, I'm a greedy bastard. I'm just going to increase the price. People started to drink a little bit less. Not a lot, but but we have, made some profits here. China is very, very upset with us for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe all those wars were, kind of starting. And again, we can invite them, but it takes time. We can do a détente, but no Trotsky foreign policy, so, they're not really happy with us. I want to go to Europe. Can we do Leninism? Ultra-lefts are majority. Liberalism is less than 70. We're not really in the majority yet. We got to kick out the moderates or the conservatives. Corruption, we're getting a little corrupt. And you can actually see it's at a 3. So we got 31. So we basically can do a little bit more. Where services and light industry could get a little bit of a boost. Where are we? Okay, light industry, we'll do 170. Services, 110. And I know agriculture need a little bit of a boost as well. Now, you'll get this every once in a while. It's strange, but nothing happened today, so there's nobody's skull that we need to crack. Okay. That's nice. And we're making a little bit of a profit. Go back to here. pump a little bit more into agriculture. Alright, there we go. Let's go back to the map. India still leading. Still trying to pacify. Iraq. Military invasion. They're a military base, but it's can we do anything with? We can't do anything North Yemen or Saudi Arabia or Oman. We can't do anything with them. What about Jordan? Can we do anything with Jordan? No, Jordan. No, can't do anything with them either. Can we remove kebab? No, we cannot. Okay, we cannot remove kebab. Army power 92, state budget over 4,000, not bad. Do we have, is it this one? Ranking ideology as religion. Why not? Total fighting against religion. Science points 100. Ooh, God, that's going to be brutal. Cult of personality, can't go any higher than that. Separation of power. Boom, I am now generalissimo. Okay, army policy, yes. Type of government, yes. Elections, yeah, like we're going to have that. Still got that. Can't do anything there. Head of state, that's me. Alright, let's go. Foreign Ministry, Warsaw, United Economy. No diplomatic relations. Or Khrushchev's or Brezhnev's policy. Head of state rights law. Again, this is kind of Byzantine. We ain't going that route. Fuck that. Common Form Bureau. I want that. No diplomatic relations with capitalists. Why not? Why not? Why not? They are the main threat. The USA is the main threat. India's still leading. We're still pretty decent. Okay, not doing bad. How's corruption is at 2. So let's drop you down. Fight against corruption and give me another one for state. This is state mechanism is more or less just like, again, like right here, administratively. Spending money on administrative needs. That's about it. Border incident. The Chinese are ready to cross our border. They want to test our strength. Well, okay. The world revolution will not stop. Send an army and crush them. Arrived in time adequately and destroyed the force. Magnificent victory. And China's not really happy with us. Yeah, they're not. They're not. And India's still there. Can we do left-wing terror yet? Are we? Oh, Baltic states. Send them a little finance. Send them a little finance. Send them a little finance. Can we set communists as fucking heads of state? Fuck it. We're gonna take a fucking hit, but okay. Okay, total military power is good. Soldiers aren't as loyal as I want them to be, but they're loyal. KGB, loyalty, general loyalty, good. Luxury is still pretty good. Essential commodities, still pretty good. Education, okay, still pretty damn good. Political opponents. Oh, here we go. Gromyko. Preparing for his retirement. Yes. Get rid of him. Now, obviously, you can change a bunch of this, obviously, of course. I can't do anything yet. Perfection knows no limits. Our rockets are the best. Empowering of the engine lets them carry more warheads and fake targets, and the possibility of suborbital flight will be a problem for imperialist missile defense. Okay, we'll go with that. And again, we're embargoed by France. Fuck you, France. We haven't gotten that cult of Stalin yet, sadly. But we'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. Whoa. We'll go down again with the fucking Baltics, man. Why are you guys so pissed? Oh, one or more political points. You bastards. Campaign against racism in South Africa. I want to intervene deeper. New South African leaders decided to cooperate with the Soviet Union. Yes, yes. Thank you very much. And, oh my god, so many people are flying. So many people are really upset, man. Finance these guys, man. Jesus, you guys gotta stop at the bullshit here, man. Money, 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 money. Jesus, oh my god. We'll deal with it as we can. Okay, we got that. Cannot do that. We have Generalissimo. Leaderism, head of state, party rights laws, Trotskyists and liberals are the majority. Oh wait. Republic's loyalty is 90%, opposition force is less than 10. Where's the opposition? It's at 10. So if I boost all of these nice, fine republics, you're still leading, right? Yeah, you're still leading the war. Good. Wait, can we... Yes, resume the Korean War. Yes, yes, world revolutions, my friends. World revolution. Come on, Armenia. Hook me up. No. 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 Azerbaijan. That's Armenia. Georgia. Ukraine. Moldova. Oh my god, you're breaking my balls here, guys. Okay, so where are we now? We're... No, not there, not there. Was it... No, where was it again? Yeah, it was that. Trotskyists and liberals are the majority. Oh yeah, I'm not the majority. I'm close. Yeah. Let's go this way instead. Will that actually work? No, that won't work. Okay. New level of threat. DEFCON became even lower. Oh shit. Oh shit. Like I said, it like I'm playing as the warmonger here. So this is like we're gonna do it. We're gonna push the button. We're doing it. Ah, military coup, you fuckers. We were finally going to defeat capitalism. We were going to do it. While you were trying to launch nukes, generals were plotting against you. Launch codes were quickly changed and you were arrested. You were executed as a traitor. Why? Stalin didn't do anything wrong. Neither did Trotsky. Come on, man. At least use an ice pick. Make it historically accurate. Reputation of communists became even worse. Jesus Christ, could it actually be even worse? Dictator and a populist came to power. So Trump came to power in post-USSR Russia, apparently. Oh my god. Oh my god. So anyways, Trotsky didn't do nothing because he couldn't do a coup. The coup happened and he couldn't launch the nuke. So Trotsky didn't do nothing. I really like this. Again, check out my gaming channel, Blaze Plays. That's my channel name. I'm gonna leave a description in the box below the video, obviously, so you can go check it out. And I will see you later. Peace out.